What is going on, crafters? This is Rebel JC here, and welcome to another episode on the Ripple Effect SMP. That is right, if you look at me, I am a farmer now. I've got a new skin over my robot skin. I'm also wearing diamond armor that is invisible. It's a new thing that they have going on in the Ripple Effect. It's really cool that you can see my really cool farmer skin, my hat, and everything underneath this diamond armor. It's awesome. I'm loving it. I am ready to get started on building up this farm. That is right, I am building a farm as my base here on the Ripple Effect. It's going to be great. Hopefully it all turns out the way I would like for it. I've already got a pretty sizable, well, it's going to be much bigger than this, wheat field up here with beets and pumpkins and everything, so I have got started already. But today I'm going to be making a skeleton grinder and a little workshop on the other side of the hill. So that is what we're going to do today while I talk about some other things. But first, let's go over the plan for this base. As you can see on this beautiful graphic that I've thrown up on the screen here, we've got a lot to do. The pink line is supposed to stand for paths that I'm going to make. The red line is sort of the boundary of my area that I've assigned myself. There's really no one else in this area down here in the south, so I got my reign of the place, but I've decided to limit myself to this area, this plains biome here. You can see where I'm going to build my house, the workshop that I'm going to be working on in this episode, but you can see there's a lot of things that I've got to do in this season, and I really hope that it turns out the way I am planning for it to. While I work on the base here, while I work on the skeleton farm and the workshop, I'm going to be talking about a few things, a few thoughts that I've had on Minecraft recently. First off, I want to talk about the mobs that were in the mob vote. I know it's really old news, the LA one, but I still think about it a lot to this day and what it means for the future of Minecraft. So it seems like the direction that they started to go in the last mob vote is helper mobs, like mobs that are intended to not just bring life to the world of Minecraft and not just to look cool and have some cool features, but they were all helpful to the player in some way. For instance, the LA, the one that won the mob vote, gathers and deposits items. It's really cool. We don't know exactly how that's going to work out, but from what I understand, it's going to have something to do with your mining or something like that, and you have a system set up where you have a note block that's assigned to your LA, and you give an LA an item, and it follows you or trails you or flies around in the area and picks up that item that you gave it and deposits it around the note block that it is assigned to. And you can set up a system where you have droppers and things like that, mine carts with droppers that gather those items as the LA drops them and puts them in a system that sorts them and things like that. It's a really cool mob. Really cool function. The other mobs that were in the mob vote that did not win were the glare and the copper golem. The glare helped with spawn proofing. It would fly to an area mobs could spawn in, and it would make some noises to indicate, hey, this is a dark area, you might want to light it up. One thing I would change about the way that they presented the golem, I would change it so that the glare would actually leave a temporary light in a dark place, giving you the opportunity to place a torch there or something like that. That would actually, you know, if the glare left a slowly decaying light, it would actually help keep the spawns away while you're lighting up a giant cave, instead of you having to rush into the darkness every time you go into a giant cave to light it up. The glare would actually be useful at that point. Now for the copper golem pushed buttons randomly, copper buttons randomly, and that's really cool. I don't know how useful that would be to a player like me who doesn't really make anything that would even use buttons, but that's something I would love to see other people play with and see what they create. But then again, I would just love to have a little robot buddy wandering around my base. I mean, I'm a robot in Minecraft, so I would like to have some more of my kind in Minecraft to kind of hang out in my base, maybe help me farm a little bit. That would be pretty cool. Other mobs that actually are helpful to the player are cats. Cats scare creepers. They also give gifts of things like, you know, rabbit's foot, rabbit hides, spider eye, and spider, you know, string, I think. Dogs, they scare and attack skeletons. They also help you in combat situations. The farmer villager will harvest crops for you. All rideable mobs help with transport and travel in some ways. Some of them also carry items. Dolphins give you dolphin's grace. Axolotls heal you, and they also help with fighting underwater. So there's a lot of mobs in Minecraft that are very helpful to the player in one way or another. But it seems like Mojang is really trying to focus on that in the mobs that they give to the player in future updates. So I'm excited to see what is coming to the game after the Allay, after the Glare, and after the Copper Golem. Are we going to see a whole new generation of mobs coming to the game that are like helpers, you know, that are not just pets that are there to look cute and to sort of be decoration around the base, but that are actually helpful to the player in some way? So in thinking about this, I was thinking, okay, so what are the areas of the game that a mob could actually be helpful in? And one of the things that you have to say right off the bat is there can be no mining mobs or building mobs. There can be no mobs that actually break blocks for you or place blocks for you. I mean, obviously, that the line of what that would look like might be different, because you could argue that snow golems actually place blocks in the world, and they do, but I wouldn't call them building. You know, they're just kind of leaving a trail of a block that you really don't even want to have in most cases. So no building mobs and no mining mobs. But I would like to see a mob that helps you grow crops and trees so that you don't have to use bone meal for absolutely everything. This mob could be based on something like a scarecrow to kind of fit in with the rural agricultural theme. But it would basically, you would plant a seed or plant a sapling, and it would just come back alongside you and make it grow faster. That would be really helpful and really, really cool to see. I could also see a mob that teleports you when you take damage from a hostile mob or lava or suffocation. That would be really useful in cases that you're in the nether, maybe bridging over the lava lake, and you fall into lava. The moment you take damage from the lava, that mob would teleport you to safety. Obviously, that would have to be designed in a way that wouldn't be too powerful. That mob could actually take damage, and obviously the teleporting would give you damage as well, so it wouldn't be too powerful in my opinion. The other one that I thought of is something that can move mobs, something that could possibly swallow two mobs and move them to a desired location, so that we wouldn't have to worry about wrangling villagers as much. I'm thinking specifically about villagers in this case, because villagers are such a pain to move. You have to set up a whole track and cart system to move villagers. So if you just had a mob that could safely move them by swallowing them, keeping them alive, and then bring them with you, basically just carrying them, that would be a huge help. So something else that I wanted to talk about that I've been thinking about for a long time is Minecraft exploration as a way to play Minecraft. Usually when you think about exploration in Minecraft, what usually comes to mind is wandering, choosing a random direction, traveling in a straight line, that kind of thing. It doesn't sound very exciting. But the thing is, every playstyle in Minecraft can be simplified like that. Building, roleplay, speedrunning, technical playing, and hardcore survival can all be boiled down to their most basic idea. But we've all seen content creators come together in an SMP or even in single player series and stuff like that and take these ideas to the next level to become something that's entertaining and something that everyone else wants to try their hand at. So the question for people who want to explore Minecraft and use and do exploration as their main way of playing the game, the question becomes, how do we take the basic idea of exploration and expand on it and build on it so that it becomes a legitimate way to play Minecraft? So there are a lot of really great mods out there that make the world of Minecraft a little more exciting to explore. Number one, I think, is Biomes Aplenty. Adds so many new biomes to the game and changes the world generation a little bit. Not that that last part is even necessary now that we have 1.18 generation, but it does add a lot of really cool biomes to the game that are fun to explore. And there's so many others like that turn the game into a more roguelike dungeon exploration type game for those of you who really like to dive into dungeons and go adventuring and fight mobs and get loot and things like that. There are a lot of mods out there, so mods are a really cool thing to look into if you want to make your world more exciting to explore. Other goals in Minecraft that are more ongoing is trying to collect as many of a specific feature or structure or biome as you can in the game. Maybe first you focus on lush caves, making sure that you are the first to discover them on your server and you catalog it to prove that it's your discovery. You could try and discover and catalog more lush caves than any other player without using cheats and commands and things like that, and have a catalog or some way to prove that it is your discovery. And you can collect all of those discoveries, and that can be sort of your bragging rights as a explorer in Minecraft. And guys, I just got my second, I believe, Ripcoin Llama drop over here. Let me see what's inside of him. Unfortunately, when you look inside his pack and you take the Ripcoins out, he dies. So, Ripcoin Llama. There he goes. And as you can see here, I have finished this little workshop up here. It's not great. I don't love the roof line on this, but I am pretty bad at making roofs in Minecraft. On the inside here is pretty simple. Got some lanterns lighting it up on the inside. Got a few work areas over here, some things to hang my tools on the wall. This is really more just for looks than it is for function. I just wanted to kind of flesh out the farm a little bit with a little outhouse or a little outbuilding here. So that my little character can come in here and sort of work in the stone cutter, on the anvil, that kind of thing, store a hoe in here. I mean, it's really simple, really just for decoration. But I had a lot of fun building it. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode because it has finally come to an end. I know it's a little different. I'm not giving a play-by-play in this episode. I'm sort of doing a more discussion-based episode here, and I kind of want to do that because it just feels a little bit more natural to me to talk about something completely unrelated to what I'm doing in the game. So if you guys have any ideas of things that you would like for me to discuss in the next episodes, I would love to hear them. Let me know down in the comments below. And as always, guys, make sure you are subscribed, hit the like button, ring the bell for notifications of future episodes. And guys, I hope to see you in the next episode of The Ripple Effect Season 4.